Hey there, and welcome to the KidzMatter podcast, your go-to resource for all things children's ministry. Each week, we bring you fresh ideas, inspiring stories, and practical insights to help you lead, love, and serve kids like never before. Whether you're just getting started or you're a seasoned pro, we're glad you're here. Let's get started. Hey there, and welcome back to the KidzMatter podcast. I'm excited for today's episode because I get the privilege of interviewing our very own Ryan Frank. We're going to be talking about the KidzMatter Conference and about all that God is going to do in 2025 as we lean into this year's theme, Stand, Live Boldly, Love Deeply. I believe this conversation is going to be encouraging and is going to help you decide that you're ready to come to the KidzMatter Conference. Speaking of, our sponsor for today is the KidzMatter Conference. We want you to be there October 7th, 8th, and 9th in Evansville, Indiana. It's going to be absolutely incredible, and we want you to check it out at thekidmatterconference.com to learn more. We can't wait to see you there, and we hope you enjoy today's episode. Let's dive in. We can't wait to jump into today's conversation, so let's get started. Well, welcome to the KidzMatter podcast. We're excited to have you back. I'm your host, Hannah Peckett Augustine, and I have the one and only Ryan Frank with us today.
What's up,
excited.
Hannah?
Oh,
How are you?
I'm doing great. I know we've been talking a little bit. I'm coming back from some travel. You're coming back from some travel. So we're both settling back in, but I'm excited for today's conversation.
I am too. It's crazy summer. Summer is just, you would think it would slow down for ministry people, but it doesn't, does it? Between camp and VBS, and then if you actually try to do something as a family and your kids have stuff going on, it's kind of crazy, but it's good. It's good.
It's wild. And then Sunday keeps coming. So you're planning your Sunday services in the middle of all of it. So it is a lot.
The thing about Sunday, it always comes, doesn't it?
It always comes.
Hannah, thanks for having me on the KidzMatter podcast today. So you are, of course, if you're a podcast listener, you know that Hannah's kind of taken lead on the podcast over the last month or two, and you're doing a great job, Hannah. So put you on the spot for a minute. You're not new to kids ministry, but you're new to KidzMatter, and I'd love to hear from you. How's your experience gone so far? Like, what are you loving about working at KidzMatter? What are you most excited about right now? I could say, like, what do you most dislike? What drives you the most crazy? But maybe we'll just focus on the positive today.
We'll focus on the positive.
About KidzMatter. Yeah, let's keep it positive.
Great question. I am loving really all of it. I was just talking with a friend from my last church. As some of you know, I only left my church. I left kids ministry just because I got married. So, loved it, was loving my position, and then got married and moved to where my husband lives in Louisiana. And so KidzMatter has been such a godsend because I have absolutely loved getting to use what I learned in 10 years of kids ministry to now help equip and train and empower other leaders who are in the trenches. And so I kind of oversee Kidmin Academy, KidzMatter Pro, the podcast, and it's just incredible to me to, number one, get to have conversations like this. I just interviewed someone for an upcoming episode on prayer and fasting. We interviewed Edvita Elder yesterday. So just getting to be in the room and have these conversations, to see we're in our effective teaching unit for Kidmin Academy, and to see all our students sharing their 5-minute teaching, and just a privilege to be able to give feedback and listen to people use their gifts and, really equip people, and to hear people say, hey, this has been helpful. Like, this is helping me grow. So that's been a privilege. We had our KidzMatter Pro member makeover last week. So if you're not a pro member, if you don't know what that is, we do a member makeover every other month where you can sign up to come in and have us coach you and help you with issues that you might be facing in your ministry, challenges. So I got to do that last week. So it has just been a privilege to be in the seat and to get to know all of our KidzMatter family. It's been amazing.
I love that. You've done such a great job just picking it up, and you've been such a great fit on our team. And yeah, I know we're talking about the KidzMatter Conference today, and I'll let you tee that up in a minute, but Hannah is taking the lead in different areas of the organization, including Kidmin Academy. Now, I know a lot of you that are podcast listeners are familiar with Kidmin Academy. In fact, maybe you are a Kidmin Academy graduate, which is awesome. I love seeing, especially those of you that were in like class 1 and 2, that was so fun that you still are part of the KidzMatter family and you're still going strong. But Kidmin Academy has just been retooled, and it's has new direction under Hannah's leadership. I would encourage you to check it out. We have people that are reaching out to us right now that are going to enroll that have been in KidMin Academy in the past because it is so different. And yes, you already have your certificate or your diploma, but you want to stay relevant and connected, and you're
Right.
excited about the new direction of KidMin Academy. So we have a brand new website in the last several weeks. Go check out kidminacademy.com. And I would say, even like if somebody wants to try it for a month, reach out to you. You'll figure out how to get them in for a month to try it for free, just to experience KidMin Academy. It's an amazing, not just a certification program, but it really is a community. And I think that you would love it. So, all that being said, and I know the purpose of the podcast today is not to talk about KidMin Academy, it's to talk about something else. And it's the KidzMatter Conference, which is right around the corner. We're like, I don't know, 70, 75 days away, something like that. We're going to blink and it's going to be here. And I'm so excited, as I know you are. And so, Hannah, why don't you kind of tee up where we're going to go with our conversation today?
Yeah, I would love to. I am a big conference junkie. I don't know if anybody out there, I'm sure our listeners love, going to
Mm-hmm.
conferences and learning and growing. And I know when I was a kids pastor, I didn't know of any kids ministry conferences. I hadn't heard of Kids Matter. I hadn't heard of what was going on. And so then when I heard like, hey, there's a conference just for kids pastors, I thought that is incredible because to be in a space with, 3,000 plus people who love kids, who get the struggles and the joys and all of that. So this will be my first KidzMatter conference, and I am so excited for it. But I would love to just ask you a couple questions about really what is the behind the scenes, what is your heart for it,
Let's do
what
it.
can we expect from the KidzMatter conference? So let's just dive right in.
Let's dive right in. Let's do it.
I hope I didn't steal your thunder on this one, but what sets the KidzMatter conference apart from other ministry conferences, and why do you think it resonates so deeply with kidmin leaders?
Yeah, it's a great question. Here's the thing: the KidzMatter Conference. Well, several things come to mind. One, the KidzMatter Conference was not built by Ryan and Beth Frank. It was not built by this board of directors in a boardroom. It was literally built by children's ministry leaders
Wow.
for children's ministry leaders. So, in fact, it is still to this day run primarily by children's ministry leaders, by volunteers. We don't employ an executive director of our conference. Um, yeah, we've got a staff, but when you get to the conference, and some of you that are podcast listeners, because you're part of the conference, our leadership team are children's pastors, kidmin leaders that are in the trenches. And so it was built by kidmin leaders for kidmin leaders. I think there's a good mix at the KidzMatter Conference between spiritual, what I would say, nourishment or refreshment, where it's like, man, I'm back with kids every week and I just need to be filled. My tank needs to be filled. It's been too long since I've been in worship. And so, there's a good mix between, yes, we are going to fill your tank spiritually. And we're going to pray. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to connect with the Holy Spirit and to grow in that area. But there's also super practical hands-on training. So with 200 plus breakouts, anything from help, I need volunteers to, how do I, how do I engage with these 2 and 3 year olds sitting around the table, to how do you get preteens, how do you really help preteens own their faith, to, helping lead a child to Christ, to working with your pastor, working with your youth pastor. I mean, just all super nuts and bolts practical training. And I would say this is probably the number one thing, Anna, that sets the KidzMatter Conference apart. Yes, it was built by kids pastors. It's still to this day run by kids pastors. Yes, there's great spirit-filled worship, inspirational sessions, practical, breakouts. But here's the number one thing that sets our conference apart, and that is the sense of family and community.
Right.
So, we spend no money on marketing this conference. We don't buy Google ads. Maybe we should. People are always like, man, if you just spent some money on Facebook and Meta ads or Instagram ads, you could reach more people. what if you advertised here and here and here at the conference, but yet the conference grows every year. And here's one reason why. And I think it's because of this deep sense of community.
Right.
Not that Beth and I have built or this organization has built, but the Lord just has built this community of people that it's almost like a family reunion every year where it's like, hey, we get to all get back together and hug each other and worship together and learn together. And so I think that's one thing that sets our conference apart. Now, there are other great conferences and we love them and we are thankful for them. We don't need any, and if you want to start a conference, I'm going to get behind it because we do not need any less
Right.
conferences or organizations coming alongside children's ministry. We need more. We need more people raising the flag that children's ministry matters. We need more people providing training. There's no way that KidzMatter is going to reach every church that has a children's ministry. We need more of you out there doing this. But KidzMatter is very special and it's unique. And I always tell people, all you have to do is come one time, and I promise you're going to want to come back. You may not have the budget to come back every year, but you're going to want to come back, and you're going to look back and realize that that was something very special. And it was a special time for me and the Lord. It was a special time for me and my team, a special time for me to connect with other kidmin leaders.
I love that. And I think one of the things that I love is, if I'm correct, we offer a prayer room in every breakout. Is that correct? That you can go and you can get prayed over?
Yeah, we are. We're expanding it this year. So you're right. We have a prayer team. That prayer team is stationed in the lobby.
It's amazing.
The entire time that the conference is open. And these are prayer warriors, people that want to pray with you over physical needs, spiritual needs, ministry needs, emotional needs, mental health needs for your kids or your grandkids, hurdles you're trying to figure out. And then we're partnering with Indiana Wesleyan University, and they're calling it a prayer ground. We're dedicating an entire ballroom to a prayer experience that's going to be open all week, where in addition to having prayer partners in the lobby that will pray with you, there's this self-guided kind of prayer experience. So we believe in the power of prayer. We believe in the power of the Holy Spirit. And we want you to experience it. You're right, Hannah, at the conference.
I love that. It makes me think of what our kids get to experience at summer camp, right? Because we go to summer camp with our kids. We do VBS. We make spaces for kids. But this is us saying, hey, let us make a space for you. Turning a little bit, this year's theme for the conference is Stand, Live Deeply, Live Boldly, Love Deeply. Sorry. What does that theme mean to you personally? And how is it going to shape the experience for attendees? Is it just a theme, or are we going to let it shape our content?
I love that. So you're right. The theme is Stand, and the kind of the subtitle or whatever, the tagline to the theme is Live Boldly, Love Deeply. And this was something that God put on Beth's heart about a year ago right now, as she was praying over the conference theme. And this one just kept coming back to her. And if she was here with us in the podcast, she would do a much better job, because this is really a message that God put on her heart for the conference this year. But in essence, what it's about is kind of a two-sided coin. So we want you as a leader to stand, to live boldly and love deeply. We live in a culture where, hey, if you decide I'm going to stand on the truth and the authority of God's word, and I'm going to teach it that way, that the Bible is true and you can believe it cover to cover. I haven't believed the cover on mine, Hannah. It says Ryan Frank on the front cover. That's a lame joke, isn't it? But hey, believe it cover to cover. Stand on it. You can build your life on it, and you can teach kids that is contrary to the culture that we live in. So we want to encourage leaders that, hey, kidmin leader, you can stand. You can live boldly, which means you can lead with courage. You can lead with creativity, even when ministry is difficult. And we know that it is. You can live boldly. You can also love deeply. Those kids and families, they need your love, even the unlovable ones, and even the ones that aren't always easy. And we're going to beat this drum hard at the conference this year. Kids and families that have been impacted by disabilities and special needs. They need loved deeply. That is the largest unreached people group in the United States.
Yeah.
And it's a shame if our church is doing nothing to reach them. So that's the one side of the coin, is we want to encourage and inspire you as a leader to stand, to live boldly, love deeply. But then we also want to encourage you to help your kids in your ministry and families to stand. These kids can be Shadrachs, Meshachs, and Abednego's
Yeah.
that stand when everybody else kneels. They can be that kid that was born blind, and Jesus heals them, and everybody says, "What on earth happened to you?" And he says, "I don't know what happened. All I know is I was blind, but now I can see." That was a kid that stood and stated what he knew. So we want to encourage you to stand, and we want to encourage and inspire you as you lead your kids and families, that these kids can stand. They can be Daniels. They can be Josephs, or if they're a girl, Josephine. They can be Josephines that do the right thing
Right.
and really make a difference in a culture that doesn't. And we think that you're going to leave inspired to do that, even when it's not easy.
That's incredible. It makes me think of Ephesians 6, stand firm, therefore. So I love the direction we're going. And like you said, just encouraging our kids and encouraging our leaders to be in that place of, you're called, I think, be strong and courageous. All these scriptures that are going to be leaning into this. I think it's incredible. Is there anything, we already hinted at the prayer room, but is there anything new or exciting about the 2025 conference that attendees can look forward to? Any surprises you want to share?
Yeah, great question. So we've got a new theme. Of course, we always try to do to shake it up a little bit. We've got all new breakouts. We really try not to repeat any breakouts. So not some of the topics will be similar, but all new breakouts. Probably 40% of our breakout speakers are new this year. So we try to, if so many people apply to do breakouts, which is great, we try to shake it up, bring some people back year after year, but then also try to just keep the mix fresh. We have some new after parties, some new flex time options. After parties are things that are kind of optional that you can stick around afterwards and get some training or just have some fun. Flex time is midday, where you get to kind of customize your experience, what the conference is going to look like for you and your team. We have some brand new ministry partners that are coming. We have a giant exhibit hall at the conference, with over 130 different organizations that come and set up booths. And we're calling it, the whole thing, instead of an exhibit hall, we're calling it a ministry market this year. So, and this is, and a good number of new ones. So curriculum providers, people that have software like Planning Center, software that you would use in your ministry, worship resources, even practical things for like creative teaching, whether it's a puppet or visual aid of some sort to help bring your lessons to life. A lot of people that can come to your church and do entertainment. If you're planning like an Upward Sports award ceremony, or you want to do some kind of an outreach event and you want to bring somebody in, so we have new things happening there. And then we have some couple surprises up our sleeve that we really aren't going to announce until the conference.
Okay.
And of course, somebody's going to win a car. That's not new, but it'll be a new car. It's new from last year. One of you will get to leave with the keys and the title to a Mini Cooper. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And everybody that comes gets at least one time opportunity to put your name in the hat. But then the cool thing is you can go around the conference, if you've been there before, and you can collect what we call KidzMatter cash, which are entries to win the car. So, and we have people at the conference every year, and it's funny. Like last year, there was a guy walking around with hot, fresh Krispy Kremes, and you could buy one in exchange for a KidzMatter cash because he was trying to get more entries for the car. So,
that's amazing.
There are strategies to it. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be a fun conference.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. I love that it's, it's a mix of the holy and the fun, and fun is holy. So we get to do all the things. I love that. Now we touched on this a little bit, but the conference is obviously known for its practical breakouts and the high energy main sessions. How do you guys go about curating that, especially for the main sessions? We talked some about the breakouts, but how do you go about getting a lineup for those, 6 main sessions?
That's a good point. It's a team effort. Beth kind of leads this team. and we bring in kidmin leaders. And before we select one breakout, well, first of all, before we do that, we have everybody the opportunity to apply to teach a breakout. So if God has given you, if you would love to come to the conference and do some training, normally it's during the month of January that window is open where you can apply to lead a breakout. Now, last year we had this year we had 900 different breakouts.
Wow.
That were submitted, and we can only choose like 220 or 240.
Yeah.
So we have to say no to a lot of people, which is hard because they're all so good.
Yeah.
But the reality is you only have so much time in so many rooms. So it kind of starts there. And then we get a team of people in the room that are kidmin leaders, and we talk about what are the felt needs in this community right now.
Right.
And so we keep our pulse on conversations that are happening. And I Love Kidmin Facebook community. We keep our pulse on the Kidmin hashtag on Instagram. What are the conversations that are happening? What are the pain points? We bring our team in. For example, somebody like you, Hannah, who are like, hey, I'm hearing our Kidmin Academy students are talking a lot about needing help in this area.
Right.
So then we kind of identify, okay, these are the areas that the community is saying that they need training in. From that, we kind of build our tracks and like, okay, this is what we want our attendees to be trained on this year, have the option to select from. And then we prayerfully, and prayer does play an important part in this, we prayerfully look through all the submissions and choose accordingly. And then there will be times where we're like, hey, we really felt like we needed some training in this specific area, and we need to go recruit some people that are experts in this area. And most of our breakouts, Hannah, are led by people that are in the trenches of children's ministry week after week, not professional speakers,
right?
But people that are just kidmin leaders like you and me, and people that are serving in small, mid-sized, large churches, people that are new, just figuring this out, people that are veterans and have some gray hair, and they come and they share their wisdom. And I will say, Hannah, that I would say the two most popular things year over year at the KidzMatter Conference that we hear the most feedback, like this was a highlight of my week.
Right.
Three things. Number one, the worship. Mm-hmm. Number two, the breakouts. People love these practical trainings that happen. Then number three, the new friends they meet in the community, and just that sense of family that we talked about earlier. That me and my team grew closer together. We didn't realize it, but we met another organization. I talked to somebody recently, Hannah, that they met these were a group of 5 strangers, 5 women. Wow. that did not know each other before last year's KidzMatter Conference. And they met in a breakout. They ended up connecting over a box lunch afterwards. And since then, once a month, they get on Zoom and they have hey, how's it going? Let's pray for each other every month since KidzMatter Conference. And so new relationships that form, it's a beautiful thing.
So that's a good challenge. Maybe you're thinking, hey, I don't want to come to the conference because I can't afford to bring someone. Come by yourself and come ready to meet some people. I was at the KidzMatter retreat. I didn't know anybody, and I got to meet some people and have some great conversations, and it was just beautiful. And that wasn't even smaller setting. So to come to this, where you have people from all across the nation, and across, I think we have some coming from across the world, which is exciting. But to say, come and meet some people and put yourself out there, talk to the person you're sitting next to at the breakout. Find the same seat in the main session and try to sit next to some people and get to know them, and just make the most of this time, because the gold is found in relationships. We used to say at my last church, the gold is found in groups. And so when you can find the gold in those relationships, I love that story about those 5 women coming together and building that. That is incredible. And I think that should be the norm, not the, one-off, that we want that to become normal, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
So if someone's never been, I've never been, I'm coming, obviously, but if someone's never been to the KidzMatter Conference, why should this year, 2025, be the year they finally take the leap and attend?
It is the ultimate investment that you can make in your leadership and in your ministry team at the end of the day. It is one I tell people every year. And Hannah, so far, not one person has taken me up on it. I'll tell people, come to the Kids Matter Conference. If you're disappointed, I will reimburse you for your ticket and your hotel and your flight.
Wow.
And nobody has ever taken me up on it. Now, that doesn't mean that nobody's ever been disappointed. Maybe they didn't know that I offered that. But I promise you that when you step into that building, you will have been prayed for.
Yep.
That the presence of the Holy Spirit has been invited there. Yep. That there have been sessions prepared that will meet you exactly where you're at. That God has pre-arranged connections for you, whether that connection is a curriculum provider that's finally going to solve that solution that you've been looking for, right. A breakout speaker that's finally going to help you see the answer to the problem that you've not been able to figure out on your own, or a new friend that's going to help you remember that you're not alone. It is a great investment. And it's just a lot of fun. I mean, what is not fun about getting 3,000 kidmin leaders together and mascots and parties and a car giveaway and all the fun stuff that happens when children's ministry people get together. And I will say this, Hannah, too, that if, we're getting close enough now where like the early bird pricing and all that has gone away. But if you need financial assistance, we still do have limited financial assistance. We want to help you get there. Go to thekidsmatterconference.com/financial-aid. Okay, I want to know if it's financial assistance or financial aid. Financial-aid. Or if you just go to thekidsmatterconference.com and scroll to the bottom of the website, there's a link that says financial assistance. And if you click that, it'll take you to a form where you can apply for financial assistance. We never say no to anybody. If you, even if we run out of financial assistance and you need it, we're going to figure it out. We want you to be at the Kids Matter Conference. So check out the KidsMatterConference.com. We would love to have you there. It is happening October 7th, 8th, and 9th in Evansville, Indiana.
All right.
A majority of the continental United States is within a one-day driving distance of Evansville, Indiana. So it is within driving distance. If you want to fly, you can fly into Indianapolis or Louisville. And you have a little bit, we do have some people that fly in. If you're coming from California or something, it probably doesn't make sense. It's going to be a difficult drive. But we'd love to have you. Go check out the KidsMatterConference.com. There's also at the bottom of the website a pitch page. If you're like, how do I pitch this to my pastor? How do I pitch this to the elders? Or, to the powers to be? There are some talking points that will help you show leadership at your church why an investment in something like the Kids Matter Conference is so worth it.
Absolutely. And I believe you can access our breakouts already, right? Are those
100%? The breakout schedule is online. Yes.
Find those, find your pain points, and show your pastor, these are the things we're struggling with. I can go learn about these exact things. So look through those, start to decide where you want to go, how you want to invest your time. Look through, there's a lot of great resources on hotels, like you said, where to fly in. You can find all that at thekidsmatterconference.com, and we'll put a link in the chat, or in the description. But we're just so excited for this conference, and be praying with us. If maybe you can't come, maybe you're a listener, or you're a senior pastor who's listening, or you're not going to be attending, pray and ask the Lord to move in a mighty way, because we truly believe this is going to be impactful for the breakout, not just for the attendees, but for the breakout speakers and the session leaders and everybody who is in the vicinity. Even the ones who are working the conference, right? Maybe from the convention center, we're believing that they're going to be impacted. That, like you said, the Holy Spirit's presence is just going to overflow. So come ready, get your tickets. It's not too late. We want to see you there. Have an
Anna,
awesome.
Thanks for having me on the podcast today. You're doing a great job at Kids Matter. We love having you on the team.
Thanks, Ryan. We love you guys, and we love all our listeners. So we hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and we'll see you for next week's episode.
Talk to you later.
That was a great conversation. I hope you enjoyed learning more about the Kids Matter Conference and the heart behind it and all the preparation that goes into it. And of course, the prayer. We believe this year is going to be absolutely incredible, and we don't want you to miss out. It is not too late to get tickets. It's not too late to book your flight and get a hotel. So make the move now. Present it to your senior pastor. Go to our website at thekidsmatterconference.com. If you need more information, or if you want to learn more about financial aid, visit that website or email us at support@kidsmatter.com. We believe God's going to move in an incredible way, and we don't want you to miss out. Have an awesome rest of your week, and we'll see you for next week's episode.